Hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it.
And she really is working on it. Castros did the weirdest intro just now.
Praise the Lord for editing. Okay, I'm Cassie J.
And I'm Aurea Jolie.
Lol. Okay. Hey, guys. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that is something, and the more we do this podcast, the more I realize that I really am using it as a space to process what's going on in my brain out loud. So
Cassandra, free therapy.
I want to preface all of this by saying that I don't have the answers. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud, or it's going to guide me, coach me with what's going on in her brain. I want you guys to do the same. So that's the preface that I have for this. The second point that I want to make before I go with my point is that I feel like as women, we love women. We're all about women supporting women. But today we need to have a chat amongst us as women.
Okay.
So if you are a man, kindly exit the conversation because this one is not for you.
Except now that you said that, they're all going to stay.
I know. Okay, but leave, okay? This one's not for you. We need to have a family meeting just real quick. Okay. So today I want to talk about, we talk a lot about like women supporting women and, the girlhood. We talk about sisterhood. It's all over Instagram. We talk about the girl's girl, and a lot of that exists. But I have seen women tear down each other in ways men cannot even begin to comprehend. Okay. In ways, girls are so creative and they're so mean.
We are so good at being mean in such creative ways. Sometimes you'll see someone be so mean about something. You're like, oh, that was so bad. But at the same time, you're holding yourself back from applauding at the
ingenuity of it all.
The ingenuity.
You're just like,
how did you even come up with that?
Come up with that? No, girls, yo. And the other thing is that, like, I know you did too, but I went to an all-girls school.
Oh, I did.
Right? And I do think that men think that at girls' schools, I don't know, it's like prim and proper and we walk in straight lines. And
it is the absolute ghetto.
What? It is freaking wild.
It is wild with a capital W. What?
My gosh, girls.
My experience
are wild.
It's even worse, but you know this. But
I know this. The stories, you should make this an episode and you should tell us the stories of your school because WTF.
Do I really want to? I don't know.
So we talk about women supporting women. We know that women can be mean. Today I really want to discuss this from the perspective of how older women treat younger women. Okay. And I don't know if this is something that you've observed. And there's two key areas that I want to like unpack this in, something that I've seen, something that I've witnessed, and something that I've personally been a part of as well. Number one, it's in the corporate space, because obviously I'm in corporate, right? I go to the office every day. I deal with corporate politics. And 9 times out of 10, the corporate politics that I have to manage that are the hardest to navigate are older women dealing with younger women that are coming up through the system, et cetera, et cetera. And there's something that I've just observed where, and this is something that I wish, and I'm thinking about this myself as I myself am like getting promoted, as I'm moving up in the corporate space, as I am finding myself in leadership meetings and leadership teams, etc., and going, okay, it's less about the woman that I want, the kind of woman leader that I want to be, and it's more about the kind of woman leader that I don't want to be. Because that's all that has been presented to me is really, really tough situations. And in processing it and in thinking about it, I do kind of there's what I wish for, and then there's what is happening. Like I wish that I could have like strong women mentors who are senior leaders, who've paved the way, who've made it happen for them, but then who've also, as they've gone up, they've pulled the ladder back down to make sure that I can climb up the ladder with them, with the expectation that I will then, when I come up, I put the ladder down and pull the next woman up with me.
Have you really never had that? You've never had like a strong female mentor in the workplace? There's this one story you told on, oh my God, an episode like 90 episodes back, I don't know, about this about this woman who, you were an intern or you were just starting out and there was a meeting or something and you were hiding in the back and she pulled up a chair and was like, come sit at the table. Yes. You didn't have a relationship, a mentor kind of relationship?
I had an amazing relationship with her. But then what happened is she was middle management. I was very junior in the company, and she was incredible. She's amazing. But then she got to a place where the politics were too much for her. And so she left the company.
Oh, I see.
Just before she was about to really be taken to the next level. She did what she needed to do for her, and I fully respect it. And she left the company to go and do nothing. Like, that's how... Yeah.
Really?
That's how much of a rest she needed from corporate land.
Oh gosh, as you say this, I remember that I just saw, I am tentatively back on Instagram. I'm not back, but like sometimes someone will send me a link to something and I'll like dip my toes in. And I was looking at this link that someone sent me, and then the moment I swiped, I saw this. I didn't actually watch the reel, but it was this woman, and the caption was saying, "This is for you if you are a millennial that used to be ambitious." And you're still ambitious. There is no used to be about you. You still are.
I want to unpack this, okay?
Okay. But well, hang on. Let me tell you what again, I didn't watch it, but the caption, the part that I saw was basically saying that, like millennials are tired in the workplace, are tired of the grind, are tired of the day in, day out. And so like a lot of people, she's seeing a lot of people, women, men, who are exiting corporate to just either go do nothing for a bit, or to go do really, and I mean no disrespect, but really low stress, low impact type jobs, like just do something regular and everyday instead of trying to climb that ladder, because they're done. So as you say, this woman left now to just go do nothing. I just remember that I saw that, like, this is becoming more and more a big thing.
There's a phenomenon online. I can't remember what it's called, so please forgive me, but it's like I think they're calling it a mini retirement, where people are literally taking a break from corporate to go, this is too much. I'm too tired. I'm so burnt out. I'm so exhausted. I'm so stressed. I'm so consumed by everything. I no longer know who I am. I no longer know how to show up in the world. So I'm actually just going to leave everything on the table, and I'm going to go and there's these retreats, millennial retreats. A lot of them happening in Bali and Thailand and all of these like Zen, find yourself places. Okay.
I could never go to one of those.
People are dipping 6 months mini retirement. That's what I think it's called, a mini retirement. And millennials,
that actually sounds healthy.
I think it sounds so healthy as well.
I think it sounds healthy.
It sounds so healthy as well, but it's so contrary to what we originally started off as. This is not what I wanted to talk about today, but it is an important conversation.
I know, yes.
It is such an important conversation. Because for me, I'm also just kind of like, as I bring it back, but like, as I think about this corporate space as well, it's so exhausting to navigate sometimes. It's so exhausting to navigate. And so to come back to your question, have I not had a strong woman mentor leader? The one that I did find, she literally dipped because it was too much. And the two or three
you
that
had afterwards.
That I've watched be at the top. I've watched them knock down other women, like intentionally knock down other women, or I've been the woman that has been knocked down, or I've watched them do absolutely nothing for other women, right? And it's like, so I've yet to see a woman in power, and maybe it's just me, and I hope it's just me. Like, I hope other people are having a better experience, but it does make me wonder, like the women that, because the women are coming. Companies are hiring more and more women. There's going to come a time where the women are in leadership, but it's making me go, what do we need to be doing today to make sure we are the kind of women in leadership that we wish we had had? You know? And then I put on my objective hat, right? And I said, well, think about their stories. Think about their experiences. They came up in corporate in a time very different to ours. Right?
Yeah.
When they came up, it was survival of the fittest. It was probably stab people in the back to get to the top. I'm just being honest, right? It was, I don't have anyone, that is helping me. I'm kind of doing what I need to do to kind of get there. The environment that they came up in is one that they maybe now feel so incredibly protective of because of what they had to go through to get there.
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know that it excuses them though. I mean, so here's my thing. My thing is, like, if we are at war, we're at war. What's that thing? All's fair in love and war, right? So if we're at war and we are fighting and we are hustling and whatever, and you're doing whatever you can to survive and to make it, okay, maybe you can excuse that behavior. But, well, I mean, we still are at war. But for them, now that they have climbed and they've gotten to where they've gotten to, because I'm assuming these women you're referring to are like at the top of their career, right? From that point on, they're going to retirement. So you're not at war anymore. You're not fighting for anything. You have achieved, you have attained, you are reaping the spoils, right? So at that point, why are you stabbing people who are so far below you? What point are you trying to prove? Or have you just
And I'm saying this, I completely agree with you. But in my mind, just trying to get into their shoes, get into their mind, I'm kind of going, because I don't actually know any other way. Like, if you think about it generation to generation, right? The previous generation kind of followed the rules, did what they were supposed to do, etc.
Didn't ask questions.
This next generation. So the way I would say it is that generation, they survived the system. They played the game to survive the system and to climb it. This generation is openly challenging the system.
Yeah.
We're asking more questions. We're pushing back. If something doesn't make sense, you're going, okay, sorry, can you maybe explain that to me a bit better? I don't know why we're doing it that way. And it's rubbing people up the wrong way. People are like, how dare you? What do you mean you're talking to me like this?
Yeah. No, I understand that.
So for me, I'm just kind of like, I'm observing this. And I think as we have a conversation about women supporting women, and this is for my corporate girlies out there, is to go, as we rise, we need to be watching out for how do we bring people up with us? Because again, I use the analogy of a ladder, but like, I just feel like they got to the top and then they took the ladder with them. And they went going. And the rest of us are like, hi, hello, can you help me?
I mean, the argument could be made that if they didn't have anyone to help them up any ladder, they built their own ladder. So build your own and get up there. I'm not saying that that's 100%. The right way, but I'm just saying that the argument could be made.
I think that's how they're thinking. But how did the men do it? Men
pull themselves.
No, when men went up the ladder, and then not only did they go up one ladder, they put 2 more ladders down here.
Yeah,
for 2 more people to come up. Now there's more of them up here. And then those 2 put 2 ladders. Now there's 4 ladders. Do you know what I mean? And then you go, why are there not more women in leadership? You know, why is this something that, why is this a problem that we're still trying to solve? In 2026, we shouldn't be jumping up and down because there's a woman CEO. For me, that's crazy.
It annoys me. It annoys me so much. Like we're celebrating. Yeah. What are we celebrating? You're like,
what are we celebrating?
First female CEO of this, and then I'm like, why is this a thing we're celebrating? Like, this should be the norm. We shouldn't even be hearing about first female, whatever. Except maybe we're going to hear first female to create a new planet. Like something that has never existed for either gender. I'm with it. Yeah. But like first female surgeon to do surgery on this one or that one, or first female astronaut, and we're like, there was a campaign from 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't remember. It was for Women's Day, I think.
Okay.
International Women's Day. And it was basically a clip of first female this, first female that, but like for the modern times, not the history ones. And it was pretty impressive what these women had done, but it rubbed me the wrong way so hard, because I was like, in this was like maybe 2-3 years ago. So in 2024, we're still celebrating, because you don't hear first male to do one thing or the other. Like it's been done, except if it's brand new, you know?
Yeah.
But these things that they were celebrating are things that men have done over and over and over, that have been an established thing for a really long time. And we're still just doing first female. And I'm like, we are not catching up as much as we think we are if we're still celebrating first female. And I'm not putting the blame on anyone or anything.
Yes, and we're also just not saying don't celebrate your achievements.
No, celebrate it. I'm just saying it's annoying that this is still where we are in 2026.
It's still where we are. But who must we be annoyed at if not ourselves as women?
Like the system?
The system for sure. But like what I'm saying is that like the people who are going to fix this thing is going to be us.
Yeah, fair enough.
We can shout and we can scream as much as we like, but men are not going to do jack shit. Sorry. Like they're not.
It's not even up. What it doesn't, it changes nothing for them. So why would they get involved?
Why would they do that? Why would they do that? But the people who are going to change it is women who are going to change it for women. You know, it's so funny. I had this conversation at my previous company. I would throw these big, like, you know, Women's Day celebrations, whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the men came to us, the group of us that were doing stuff for Women's Day and Women's Month and, you know, women's networks, and we were doing a lot. And the men came to us and said, there's nothing for men. Why is there nothing for men?
Everything is for you.
Why don't you celebrate International Men's Day? Why don't you do that? And I remember looking at this one guy and being, firstly, deeply annoyed, like just so irritated and annoyed. But I said to him, if you want to do something for International Men's Day,
do it.
By all means, go ahead. Who is stopping you?
Yeah.
I said, who's stopping you?
Why are you the one who's going to plan it for them?
I said, plan it for yourselves. You guys go have a day, go play rugby, go play soccer, have a braai and a beer. I don't know. Go and do it. And he was like, yeah, those are great ideas. Can you plan this for us?
I'm sorry.
What now? I had to turn around and walk away because I would have gotten fired. But my point is exactly this. Who is stopping you? No one is stopping you from creating and celebrating your own day. But the men, and to switch this around, we want to rise, we must help each other.
Yeah.
We want to grow.
We have to do it ourselves.
We want to thrive. We must help each other. We have to. It sucks. It is what it is. And we have to do it ourselves. And shout out to the men if you're still here. Shout out to the men who are championing women's movements and women's support, because you guys are very helpful and we need more of you. But at the end of the day,
more allies.
We need more action. Pull people up with you. And more than pulling people up with you, why are you knocking other women down? like intentionally knocking other women down. And here's my other thing is that I've had this conversation with a couple of my friends as well who are in corporate and who are also like fairly senior in the corporate space. And because to go back to what we were saying is I thought like I was hoping that it's not just me, but I've talked to people and they all go like, to have a woman boss in corporate is sometimes so difficult. So difficult. And this is a generational curse thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but we need to break that thing. We need to break that thing.
I have a thought.
Tell me your thought.
I just want to play devil's advocate a little bit. I don't know if that's what I'm playing, but I have a thought. I have a thought. Sure. Follow me on this journey, okay? So the same thing applies. So you're saying these women, okay, first of all, I don't think intentionally knocking people down is a complete no. Like, let's X that one, right? That one is, so let's take that out of this conversation that I'm having now. The intentionally knocking other women down or making sure that other men don't rise, that there is a problem, a serious problem. And there's something wrong with you, sweetie. You should get it checked out. But this thing about women who have risen should also pull other women. Follow me on this journey. Let me get comfortable here. Okay. So, as we have just said, it is the wild, wild west in corporate, right?
It is.
And if you're a woman,
it is the wild, wild west. If there are young girls who are listening, and can you just get ready? Get ready for the nonsense. Get ready for it's like corporate is literally like high school. Okay, there are the
whole world is like high school, girl.
There's like but corporate is another game. There's the cool kids, there's the not cool kids, there's the people we hang out with, the people we don't hang out with. The people don't speak to these people. If you get associated with this person, you're going to be pulled into how other people think about them, so don't hang out with them.
Oh my goodness.
Corporate is a wild, wild, wild place. Sorry, I digress. Please continue.
So, corporate is wild, right? We agree. Now, there are these women who have come up in the hardest time for a woman to be in corporate, which is not our time, right? So they came up, they struggled and they hustled and whatever, and they were climbing and doing all of the things that they needed to do. While doing all of this, they still have relationships and a family, and maybe they've had kids. And they have other social responsibilities, and they've got parents that they're taking care of, whatever. They've got a lot happening all around, but still need to keep their head above water. In corporate. Mm-hmm. So now you come along with your newbie self, your fresh degree, and your idealistic views of the world and how corporate should be and how women should pull you up and how they should create a space and how they should put the ladder down and how. But the homegirl you're looking up to is exhausted. Homegirl can't see straight, can't even remember how she made it up that ladder, doesn't even know where the ladder is anymore. And here you are thinking, you should be pulling me up, but she's done. She's spent. She has nothing left to give. And so what if sometimes, and I know that there are bad apples, I know that there are people who are just vindictive on me, but what if sometimes the women at the top that we are looking up to are just, you know that thing about, is it a flamingo? Yeah, I think it's a flamingo. Is it? Or a duck? I don't know. There's that thing about a bird who underwater is just chilled.
It's a duck.
Is it a duck? But then underneath they're paddling so hard just to stay afloat. What if that's how it is? What if on the surface, these women that we are looking up to, they look like they have attained, they've gotten to the C-suite, they're making all this money, they're being, they've arrived, they've got the family, the house, the nice car, and you're like, you should be doing more to help women come up. But underneath the surface, she is paddling like mad just to stay afloat, just to not sink, just to not die, just to not have a mental breakdown. What if that's the case? Are we being too harsh then?
No, I do have a response to this. Okay. When we say woman helping women, I don't mean just because she's a woman, pull her up. That's the first thing that I want to clarify.
Okay.
Because sometimes people are also not worthy of being pulled up. Facts.
Yes.
Men, women, children.
Facts.
No, not leave the children.
Children. The children are innocent.
I know. But men, women, sometimes it's no, it's not. This is not the journey for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from a place of now having been in the rooms where decisions about talent are being made. Okay. That is the room in which women need to support women. I'm not trying to add another task to your to-do list, your 1,000 thing to-do list. You're already in the talent council. You're already in the room discussing talent. If there is a woman who is talented, who has the opportunity, sometimes we sit in rooms and we go, okay, there's a training opportunity that's taking place in XYZ country. Who should we send? That's your opportunity to go, let's send Sarah. Sarah is really great. And then Michael comes along and is like, no, I think we should send George. And everyone's like, George. That's your opportunity to be like, no, guys, Sarah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, advocate for Sarah, push for Sarah to go on the training opportunity. Right? When it comes time to discussing promotions, advocate for Sarah.
But Sarah is qualified, right, in all of these scenarios?
100%.
Okay.
100%. Right? The opposite of what I've seen is women be silent. Or make a suggestion and then it's overpowered and then they're like, okay, it's fine. Like, whatever, I tried.
But in that scenario, it's less about pulling other women up and more about finding your own voice or using the voice that you have. Because, we've had this chat before where it's like we have a voice, but as women, sometimes we get intimidated into not using it or we get afraid.
Again, what I'm saying is that if you found yourself in that room of leadership, you have found your voice. You have used it.
Or have you played the game nicely and told the line repeatedly, so much so that the boys see you as non-threatening and so they give you a promotion? This is a thing. There are women who have made it there simply because they have. I hear you. Yeah, so maybe you didn't find your voice.
I hear you. What I'm saying is I'm also just speaking from what I have seen from being a person in the room. Okay. And knowing who these women are, like the environments that I found myself in, it's cutthroat. It's wild. If you don't have a voice, you are not in the room. Sorry, quite frankly, you've not made your way into the room. What I'm saying is use your powers for good. Use them for good because somewhere there is a Sarah. Find her and champion her. It doesn't even need to mean that you and Sarah are doing additional one-on-one coaching.
Okay.
Like I'm not adding to your to-do list. I'm just saying in the rooms that the Sarahs are not in, speak for the Sarahs. Advocate for them, push for them. That's another way to put that ladder back down.
Right.
So that we grow.
Yeah, no, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think for me, where I'm coming from is I just think that sometimes we are a little too harsh on people who we perceive to have attained. And I think that you need to be in their shoes to sometimes, and I'm not excusing everyone. There are people who faux show, we are like, you got there, especially when the community is how you get there. You know how everybody comes together and lifts one person and then you get there and then you forget about how you got there and all the people who supported your getting there. That's a different chat. I'm speaking more to this perception that we sometimes have on the outside. I mean, yours is different because you actually were in the room with these women, so but this perception that we sometimes have outside, and it's not just about women, it's about people who have attained. It's like the richest man in the village and everyone's like, but you've got so much money, but maybe he's paying for that one son to go to school and that one's daughter to get married and that one. And the money has actually gone to so many people that it's not as much money as you think is left anymore. So I'm looking at it from that lens of if we are on the outside, it's very easy for us to judge women harshly, women who we perceive to have attained, to judge them a bit harshly and not remember that they are people who are also probably just trying to make it, or who are struggling or who don't even realize that the power, they've gotten the power they were hustling for and are still hustling and fighting. But meanwhile, girl, you made it. You're there.
Yeah.
You know, use what you have now. So I'm just trying to see from that side of things. And obviously there are some women that I'm just like, you're wasting what you've got. But
yeah, sure. I just want the next generation of women leaders to kill whatever this generational thing is that is being felt by middle management females and lower, right? It needs to die, right? It needs to, sorry, but it does. It needs to die. We need to find a way to be okay with another person, shining.
Yeah.
We need to be and spotlighting their shine, because you've moved from a position of being the one that shines. Now you're in the position to spotlight the shine. Spotlight the shine.
Yeah. It's turn by turn now. You're not going to be in the spotlight forever. So,
oh my gosh. So that's something that I've witnessed, that I observed, and something that honestly that I'm navigating as well. And anyway, I think it's something that we need to work on now. So there's two areas. The one was corporate, which I think we've unpacked. The second area that I think that we need to have this conversation, and also maybe controversial, but here we are. I was going to say is same topic, like older women supporting younger women, but like in the communities, the Black community, the family unit, right?
Okay.
It's sometimes too hard. Now, the story that I will tell here is of someone that I know who found themselves in a situation where their husband was really treating them really terrible, like and it wasn't the kind of terrible that is ambiguous. Maybe he meant this, maybe he was misunderstood. No, it was blatant, it was obvious, really, really not okay. And this girl, she went and had a conversation with her mother and told her mother what was going on. And her mother was just like, but what did you do? What did you do to your husband? But I mean, he wouldn't just be doing this. Maybe you are not doing something. Maybe you are not providing. Maybe you need to sleep with him more. Maybe you need to, literally,
my face.
Okay. Right. And I mean, this is your mother. You just met him. You've known me my whole life.
Oh, girl, right? Don't get me down this road. Just don't.
Right? You've known me my whole life. You've just met him, and you're going to be on his side with the horrible stuff that I'm telling you. I think about the women also, I'm just going to be honest, like some of the women in my family as well. Like some of the things that have been said to me and my cousins, the advice that we've gotten, you're just kind of like, wait a second, whose side are you on? Why are you not on my side here? And I think that this is also such an important conversation to have as well. Things I would say to the grandmothers, to the mothers, to the aunties, on how you are talking to the younger woman in your family, and the advice you're giving them.
Oh gosh, this is something that has rocked me for a really long time.
Yeah.
And there's things I can't even say just yet because it's still very fresh. Yes. There's things that I'm still processing and cannot even say out loud because it became a whole thing. But there is a population of the older generation, of our mother's generation. There's a population of women in that generation to whom or for whom men can do no wrong. Like the men are always right. So it does. If you are a woman, it doesn't matter whether you are their daughter, their sister, their cousin, their favorite niece. Is it a niece? What's an niece? Yes, that's correct. It doesn't matter. As far as in the scenario you are painting to them, there is a man involved, and oh, God help you, that man is your husband. It's your fault. your fault. You must fix it.
There are so many stories like this.
There are too many. I have stories even in my own personal life as well, which is like I'm just not ready to talk about yet, but I will one day, where it's kind of like, to your point, whose side are you on?
Whose side are you on?
I'm the one that came out of you. Yeah. I'm the one that's blood. Why am I in this scenario seeking support and advice and a safe space? And what you are telling me is basically that it doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong, the man must prevail. And I'm like, how is this helpful? How is this helpful? How is this the advice? So I hear you on that, because also culturally, I've heard stories in Nigeria. And again, I will only speak to what I know of women in toxic, abusive, domestic violence type marriages. And you go home because your husband's beating you and they send you back. You can't leave your husband's house. They send you right back. And they don't just send you back. They send you back and they go with you to go and beg the man to apologize to him so that he can forgive you for whatever you did. And I'm like, hold up. She's the one that just got beat up. Why are we confused? What's this? But it's often the women, the older women, who will tell you, oh, that's what marriage is like. Oh, you have to just tough it out. Oh, you need to be tougher. Oh, he's your husband. And there's a Yoruba saying, there's a Yoruba term that they ascribe to men, to your husband, right? And I'll say in Yoruba and I'll explain it. They call him Olowo Orimi. So like for me now, for instance, I would call Dami, Olowo Orimi, meaning the, hey, I don't know how to translate this. I've gone on this journey and now I'm stuck. Olowo Orimi means the owner of the, the owner of the money on my head. That's like a direct translation. But it basically, I think what I'm struggling with is a direct translation. I think what it basically means is my benefactor.
Okay.
Basically. So, but it's like an endearment, right? But it has always rubbed me the wrong way because it kind of places the man in a higher position. And then when something now happens in the marriage, it's almost like you are beneath this man. Yeah. He has helped your life. Yeah. You know, he has married you and given you a place and a name and a home, you know, and made you worthy in society. Yeah. So you must be grateful. Yeah. And you must endure. And that's the thing that generation did. And they were very tenacious because half the things that they endured, I cannot put up with. 100%. I would have been out a long time ago. And I understand they didn't have choices and options, but still, Cass, the things that they put up with without absolutely losing their minds.
But I think it's because the genuine alternative was what?
Well,
sleep
fair
in the
enough.
Street.
Fair enough. Because your parents won't take you back.
My parents are not going to take me back, right? My family, maybe my extended family is not going to help me.
They're not going to help you.
The alternative is, and maybe I cannot get a job because I'm, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, what is the alternative? The privilege that you and I have in this moment is going, we will not stand for that today.
Yeah, yeah. And we have options.
Options available.
Yeah.
So it is, so when, and again, so I'll go back. It's about the trauma that they survived to get to where they were. And that is what is informing how they engage and how they treat you today.
But I'm just asking, I'm not even asking.
To understand is that today is very different to what yesterday was. It's very, very different.
But I'm just even asking for some compassion, asking for a safe space, asking for some understanding. Because if you've gone through it and it was rough for you, then if I'm going through something and I'm coming to you to say, I'm going through, then it's rough. You know it's rough. So your response to me should not be, oh yeah, it's like that. Your response to me should be a little bit more compassionate, should be a bit more. I understand it and I couldn't do anything about it, but maybe you have a chance today to change that, to rewrite that, for you to just be a safe space and a support system for me that's not gonna push me back into the thing I'm running away from. That's 100%. What I'm seeking. I'm not 100%. Even saying that you have to get up and do anything, but just be. Sorry, guys. I promise I'll tell the story one day, but it's
hashtag no pressure. But I think for me, like, these are the two spaces that I've seen now. And I think, like, one of the things because I personally have recently just gone through hell when it comes to like this managing a situation, right? And the two things, and that's why this is so top of mind for me, because the two things I wish was that things had worked out differently with this senior woman leader, right? Number one. But number two, I'm also so conscious of the support system that my mom and dad have been to me during this time. Like they called in, they checked in, are you okay? They gave me options to either exit, find another plan, let's coach, let's guide, like all of these different things. And I, having now come through it, I'm kind of going, what would I have done without them? Like genuinely, they took so much stress away from me that enabled me to do what I needed to do to get through it. Right? And I'm so blessed and so privileged to have them. But I'm also just like, not everybody has this.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody has this. And I wish more people did. So yeah. So these are the two things for me where I'm just kind of like, as women and as we become, and it's not that I feel old, but I just do feel like I'm getting older.
You are old. You're getting there. You're getting there.
As I'm getting older, I'm kind of going like, I'm seeing the woman that I'm like, I want nothing to do with this kind of person.
Yeah.
And I'm more going, the lesson that I'm taking away is what not to do and what not to be as I move into
up
these spaces. So
yeah.
Yeah. That's what's been on my mind.
We're gonna be okay. Somehow, someday. We're gonna be okay. I mean,
somehow we're gonna be okay.
I truly do believe in us though. It's slow progress, but we are making progress. It's really slow, but somehow we're moving up, I think. I don't think we're going backward though. That's good. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. So
I think we just could be moving forward faster.
I know. And maybe it will happen with this next generation because they are a bit more assertive and aware than we ever were. So, I'm hoping that it will move a bit quicker with them. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for going on this journey with me and going into my brain on this. Like I said, it's still something I'm processing, still something I'm figuring out. But come and tell us what you think on socials. You can find us on Instagram and on TikTok. And come say hi. We promise we'll say hi back. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. Also, you can watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you, bye!